I said 8 o'clock at 11. But I made
Bless you. Amen.
God, I knew I was going to hear it later if I didn't. Knowing I wasn't speaking right at 11, but I'd have heard it that I was late. It caught me off guard anyway when we had a meeting, and it was supposed to be a health and wellness meeting, and then all of a sudden he says something about speaking, and me and Morgan looked at each other. And I said, did he say we was going to We started laughing inconveniently, and Morgan got a word. Here I go. When he said he was doing the 7 I.Ams, it made me think of on Sundays when I go back home and I watch Oprah. And a lot of times on Sunday night she has like T.D. Jakes and Iyanla Vanzant and different speakers, Joel Osteen and all them. And she oftentimes when she's doing an interview, she will ask the person one simple question, and she'll just look at them and say, I am. And she expects them to finish the sentence. 99.5% of them don't know what to put with that I am. In John the 11th chapter, in the 25th verse, Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live.
Mama.
Now, Jesus wasn't talking to Oprah, but he was talking to Martha.
Mama.
And this is one of Jesus' greatest I am statements, signifying his power to give eternal life. The story goes that earlier Jesus heard his friend Lazarus was sick, and instead of going to visit, Jesus stayed where he was for 2 more days. He explained to his disciples that were puzzled by this, that the sickness was for God's glory, that God's Son may be glorified through it. After Lazarus died, Jesus began a journey to Bethany, and he simply said his friend was asleep, but I'm going there to wake him up.
My Lord.
Martha, Lazarus' sister, went out to meet Jesus and stated that if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Such was her faith in Jesus' power to heal. Jesus replied by assuring Martha that her brother would rise again, and Martha responded again in faith. I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day. This is when he makes his I am statement, and he follows it with the 26th verse stating, and whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. He asked the question, believeth thou this? When Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life, he was claiming to be the source of both. There is no resurrection apart from Christ, and there is no eternal life apart from Christ.
Mama.
He was making a statement concerning his divine nature, and that's what I think Oprah is asking. Tell me about your nature. Not what you look like, not what you do for a living, but what is your nature? He was making a statement concerning his divine nature. He does more than give life, he is life, and therefore death has no ultimate power over him. Jesus confers this spiritual life on those who believe in him, so that they share his triumph over death. Jesus' statement that he is the resurrection and the life provides a godly perspective on several spiritual matters. Martha believed that the resurrection was an event, and Jesus showed that the resurrection is a person. Martha's knowledge of eternal life was an abstract idea, and Jesus proved that knowledge of eternal life is a personal relationship. Martha thought victory over death was a future expectation, and Jesus corrects her, showing that victory is a present reality. After presenting himself as the resurrection and the life, Jesus asked Martha an all-important question, do you believe this? And may Martha's answer be ours as well. Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who was to come into the world.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen.